Hey everyone, how are we all doing? Okay, so before we get started, everything I say in this video is my opinion, mine alone. Please feel free to do your own research, come to your own conclusions. With that being said, let's do this. Okay, so as it says in the title, this one is for Michelle and Penelope Lane. I'm going to start off with Michelle because she is the video that I watched last. And the video was titled Stop Clipping Lies, something like that. Michelle, here is the problem with YouTube. If you want to come on here and tell the world that your son is an a-hole, that is totally your business. If you want to come on here and tell the world that your son is struggling with addictions, that's between you and your son. But you have to understand one thing, that no matter what you say, someone is always going to take it, rip it to shreds, and then spit it out again. You started off the video with saying you never go live, but that's all you do. You bring all your family's issues to the internet for the world to know about. If it wasn't for you, the internet, YouTube wouldn't know you were going through a divorce. They also wouldn't know that your son is incarcerated. Now, I understand what you're saying. Do I agree with it? I don't know. Because personally, I wouldn't be telling the world about it. That would be my son's problem that we deal with as a family. I am a very family-orientated person. So if my son was going through addiction, no matter what he did, I would make sure he had his face justice, but I would also stand beside him. Not in front of him, not behind him, beside him, to help him learn to fight his own demons. Now we know that you lost a child. That would have had a mega impact on your son. No matter how old he gets. Losing a baby brother, I know what that's like. I wasn't close to my baby brother because my father had a child by somebody else. But it doesn't mean I don't think about him. It doesn't mean that I don't wonder what he would have looked like. And would we have been close if he hadn't passed away? He was a very poorly baby. And that is something I will never know. And despite not knowing him, it still had an impact on my life. And still does today. Because even now I think, would we have been close? Would we have been there for each other? And I hope that we would be. But when you bring these things to the internet, you're giving people the right. You're handing them the rights to criticize the things you say and the things that you say that you do. My heart goes out to you. Losing a child is one of the most difficult things in the world, if not the most difficult. And I wish you nothing but love and happiness for the rest of your life. But you can't go screaming at people for commenting on things that you say. That is something you need to learn quickly. because you do expose everything. Every little tiny thing you're exposing on the internet. And in turn, giving the likes of Molly, Justin, and everybody else an autographed signature of you saying you have my consent to do whatever you want with anything I say. So with that, I'm going to pop over to Penelope now. You claim to be a mental health nurse or some sort of mental health practitioner, and you try to diagnose Michelle. You're a con artist. I'm going to say straight, and as it is. There are plenty of people who work in the mental health team on YouTube, mental health sector, and they do not diagnose people. It is against any of the rules of being a doctor and nurse that you try to diagnose people in the general public, let alone on the internet and possibly in another country. The things that you've said as being disgusting makes you no better than Molly, makes you no better than Michelle, because she said some pretty horrific things too. She comes on here fat shaming people, home shaming, and any other thing she can do. But what you're doing is dangerous. Diagnosing people that you don't know is a very dangerous game to be playing. I know, it's awful, isn't it? You tell them. You tell them. They should not be doing that. Nobody should do that. What if Michelle takes your diagnosis seriously and decides to do something about it because of what you've said? This could easily happen. And any person that you try to diagnose on the internet. And I'm pretty sure if Michelle was to get in touch with the police, they would have something serious to say about it. You just can't go around diagnosing people as and when you want to. As for telling her she doesn't deserve to be a mother, that's none of your business. She lost a child. No mother ever wants to lose a child. Her son is struggling through addiction, probably because of losing his brother. Because that would have had one hell of an impact on an 8-year-old boy. And maybe for years he closed off and didn't want to talk about it. And that's why he ended up down the path of, addiction. We don't know what that young man is going through right now, mentally, withdrawing. What right do you have to sit there and tell Michelle that she should never be a mother? The same could be said about you. We don't know you. We don't know who you are and whether you are or you aren't qualified. But either way, you shouldn't be out diagnosing people. Yet you got hold of Michelle's court documents. That's nothing new on YouTube these days. Seems to be common practice now. It's rather petty though, isn't it? To attack somebody through uncontrollable circumstances going on in their lives. How would you feel if someone did that to you? How do you feel if someone went and got your divorce records and read them out on the internet? Because I can assure you, if it was my divorce records, I'd flip. And I would be getting in contact with every person I could to see what could be done. And I'm pretty sure you would too, if you were honest. You wouldn't just sit there and watch it happen. But no, it's okay because you're doing it. You can do that to destroy a person and sleep at night. Whereas I wouldn't be able to do that and sleep at night. Michelle has gone through now two of the most difficult things you can go through in your life. The loss of a child and a divorce. Now this divorce could be the result of losing a child. And the effects that have had on both parents since. I know Michelle says it doesn't get to her when she talks about her son, but it does. And I say it does because I watched her while she spoke about it. But she doesn't want to face that. It's probably easier for Michelle not to face that. But you want to take it and you want to weaponize it. That makes you one cruel motherfucker. One very cruel motherfucker. Pretty sad too. Pretty low life. To sit there and judge a woman who's lost her child going through a divorce. And clearly it's not an easy divorce. But you want to take that and you want to weaponize against her because you're defending Molly Golightly. Let me just tell you something about your best friend right now. She will turn on you. Like she has everybody else. Everybody. Just ask around. And you will find numerous people who have been turned on by Molly Golightly. Or as I like to call her, Molly Go Trashy. So maybe think about what you're saying before you say it. And stop reading your medical textbooks. Because they ain't needed around you. Nobody needs your fake diagnosis. And on that note, I'm going to end it here. Thank you for watching. Please hit the thumbs up. Share this video so people get to see it. And leave a comment and subscribe, please. And I shall see you on the next one. Bye.